So a very good evening and a warm welcome in this Brighter Minds program, in this Brighter Minds webinar series. So today's topic is functional storytelling. So how to do brain training, how to do cognitive training through stories. So let us understand the value of stories in our life, the value of stories in our children's life. So before we move ahead, may I know your name, your age, and from where you are joining, and for whom are you joining? Are you joining to understand for your child, or are you joining to understand for yourself? If you can quickly share in the chat box. You can write for whom are you joining. So PPG writes for daughter. Amit Kumarji writes for my daughters. So we have very loving parents over here in this today's webinar. Deep Sani ji is from Delhi for son. Shilpa Paliwal ji is also here with us. Ninad ji is also joining for children. Anna ji is also joining for children. Okay. Very happy. Raman Kumar ji is joining for son. So let's start today's webinar. Mahavir ji is joining for children and also for him. Very nice. So irrespective of age, this topic is relevant to all of us, because this is human minds, the way we understand things, the way we think of, the aspect of our life through stories. So today we will learn what is the role of functional storytelling in our life, how we can do brain training through stories, and how in Bright program we do it. Before we move ahead, I take this opportunity to introduce my organization and also myself. So, yeah, someone is writing to me that you are being disturbed. Okay, I'll just stop it. Just give me a minute. Thank you for reminding me. Right. So, organization to which I belong to is Heartfulness Institute. And Heartfulness Institute is global organization. Some of you are aware of this organization, and for some of you, it is very new thing. So I'll tell you completely. So Heartfulness Institute is a global organization, and we are present in 160 countries, training people for relaxation, meditation, and related, things like related topics are being researched, and we are into training of different group of people. Like we have programs for corporate, we have programs for children, we have programs for parents. We connect with the schools for training of teachers and principals and higher management, chairman and presidents and all. And then we also connect programs for Heartfulness Campus, we call it. So universities and colleges, professional colleges, medical colleges. So we connect programs for all those. And also we have programs for doctors. So for different audiences, we have different programs. Brighter Minds is also a part of Heartfulness Institute. And Brighter Minds is a neuroscientific connect of heartfulness. Now, what Brighter Minds does, there are basically in last 2 decades, neuroscience has taken a quantum leap. Now we have various studies and researches available on how to work on different skills of brain. So suppose you want to improve focus in children. So what can be ways and means to do that? What all neural functions, brain's functions are involved in that? Can we have some practical tools and methods? Because all the time we tell our children focus, 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 but hardly we give them tools and methods on how to focus. So Heartfulness and Brighter Minds is experiential and practical. So here we focus more on giving you practical inputs, practical tools, techniques, and methods so that you can implement these techniques in your life and become better version of yourself. So Brighter Minds is a neuroscientific connect of heartfulness, in which through different studies in neuroscience, through different researches in neuroscience, we work with children. So there are few structural programs for children. We also work with youth. So there are structural programs for youth. And also we have programs for adults. So we have structured programs for adults as well. That program is called Restart. So what is the objective of children's program? In 4 directions: how to improve focus, comprehension, concentration ability, and also attention span in children, so that whatever they do, they become better at it. So focus and concentration is important in every aspect. Like, for example, suppose they are studying, focus and concentration is important. When they are playing, then also concentration is important. So through Brighter Minds, one part is this, like how to work on those cognitive abilities, those abilities of mind, so that children become better at whatever they are doing, how to improve their learning efficiency, how to improve their productivity. So that is one dimension. Second direction in which Brighter Minds works is how to make our children more emotionally resilient, more emotionally strong, so that whatever is the situation in life, small or big. For example, suppose my child knows everything. My child has read everything. My child knows everything. But the moment my child enters in examination hall, I have been discussing this with all of you. The moment my child enters examination hall, is my child able to write everything, or just forgets and does small mistakes and even does wrong when my child knows things, right? So that is basically because of exam anxiety. Like that, life is also an exam. So if my child, and I am also so strong from inside that I am able to handle my emotions, I am able to address any situation peacefully, lovingly, and joyfully, then I can make the extreme leap, and I can be better version of myself, and I can perform better in every situation. So that is second direction, how to work on children, youth, and adults so that they do better in everything, in every situation of life. That is second direction. Third is how to enhance intuition and observation in children. Now, intuition and observation is everyone, right? So it's not something which is given from outside. It is there in all of us. But how to access that intuition on demand whenever I need it? Can I access my intuition when I need it? When I need to decide on something, this website is good for me or not. Suppose I need to decide on this. Can I just close my eyes, or with open eyes also, can I just exercise my intuition and get the right direction and decide wise things, right things? So that basically is the role of intuition in life. Any research in any field is the result of intuition. Archimedes lying in the bathtub, and that, happy moment, that eureka moment. How does it happen? Just a click of intuition. Newton sitting under the tree, things falling down, planetary motion, or everything he observes. So first thing, observation capability. And then second thing, it is intuition. Something clicks from inside, that, okay, there is some force which is attracting things down. So that also is a part of intuition. So doing anything in a better way and also taking wiser decision in life, this is because of intuition only. So intuition plays a very, very important role. If you see Einstein's quotes, he says that intuition is the master and this intelligence and all, everything we believe, but we don't believe in our inside capability, which is present inside all of us as master of ourselves, right? So if we connect with our higher consciousness, then it is possible. So how to make children more intuitive so that they can take better decisions in life, so that they can understand, observe things in a better way. That is third direction. And then how to make children think from different perspectives, one direction, one problem, and then for that problem, can my child think from different perspectives, from different directions? Then what happens? Then my child is able to solve that problem from different angles. That is one. Second, my child would be very, very good in relationships, because someone is saying something, suppose mother is saying something, and child is able to understand from mother's perspective why mother is saying what she is saying. Then my child will of course be better at that relationship, better in responding. Otherwise he or she will not even listen to mother, why are you saying that? Why should I do that? So, and nowadays children are very, very intelligent. They are very sharp. So that's why it's important to channelize their energy. It's important to regulate their energy. And that's why this webinar is important. All these webinars that we are bringing for you is because of this reason only. We get some ways, some methods through which we can work on our children. And of course, Brighter Minds is there with, for your help, for your support all the time. So I will start this with Mr. Rahul's message. Mr. Rahul Kundan is, maybe he is here as well. So he is working in TCS, and he has a small child, and he has sent this message to me, and from here I can start this webinar. So he writes, Brighter Minds is very close to my heart, because it really sticks to its slogan, which is a lifetime gift for your child. He says he really is convinced now that Brighter Minds is a lifetime gift for children. My daughter Ira is 8 years old now. So he is writing this after 2 years of her training. She joined BM when she was 6 years old. You can see it here. So he writes, my Ira is 8 years old now. She joined BM when she was 6 years old. So after 2 years of completing the program, he is writing to me. Till the time she joined Brighter Minds, she was a kid only staying with parents, completely shy, and never played even with my own sister's kids of same age. So girl was very introvert, very shy. If I take her to park, she will need me aside. So all the time needing parents. Many children are introvert like that. I was always worried on this aspect. Finally landed in Brighter Minds. The sessions started. So basically he came to Brighter Minds because of these two aspects, how to make child more emotionally resilient, more strong from inside. She was introvert and he wanted her to be very strong from inside, and also her focus, because she was not able to focus anywhere because of this concern. So these two things. So if I take her to park, she will need me aside. I was always worried on this aspect. Finally landed in Brighter Minds. The session is started. In the first session, no change. Second session, again, no change. Nothing happened to child. Third session, slight change. He writes, third session was slight change. Fourth session was good changes. And then fifth session, as if new era started coming out. My own sisters and in-laws got super shocked and surprised how it is possible. That's where my heart lightened up. The Brighter Minds trainer told me, and I'm happy to share that, we trained Ira. I was her personal trainer. So Brighter Minds trainer told me in a journal case, kids start responding from first session, which is true. But Ira response came from third session, which only meant that so much was within her that she was holding. How can she express it out? Does she even know what she is holding? Something deep. So that is important point that he has written. Do we know what is going on in our child's heart? What is going on inside heart? Not only for children, but also for adults. Many a times we are very lonely. We are not able to share anything from anyone. We just keep on thinking. In our mind, we just keep on thinking, keep on taking that stress, anxiety, but we are not able to speak it out with anyone. किसी के साथ share नहीं कर पाते ना हम लोग, किसी को बता नहीं पाते. So then he writes, so I have shared this in second list because it was long. So यहाँ पे he writes, how can she express it out? Does she even know that she is holding something deep? यहाँ से आप पढ़ सकते हो. You can see my cursor ना. But best thing about Brighter Minds is brings the change from within, removes the things that is pulling back the kid from inside, lightens up and brings a change that's permanent. Yes, Ira changed permanently after the BM session because he observed for 2 years after the training and then he has written to me. You can see here. She was 6-year-old when she did, and when she's 8, he is writing it to me. So brings a change that's permanent. Yes, Ira changed permanently after the BM session. Isn't it truly a lifetime gift for our child? The above experience made me to take a bold decision, which is to move Ira to Heartfulness Learning Center. So he was able to decide that part. Otherwise, he was all the time worried, all the time concerned. Now today Ira is joyous, natural, and full of enthusiasm. So why I shared this with you? Because many of us as parents keep on thinking about it, or sometimes we don't even realize that so many things are cooking inside our children. So many things are inside them, hidden inside their hearts, right? So in today's webinar, so let's brainstorm how to work with children, how Brighter Minds work with children, and how as parents you can work with children. Why I'm sharing all the time Brighter Minds and also you, because I have learned things from Brighter Minds. I'm with Heartfulness Institute. When I was 15, I started meditation. Now I am 45. So I have learned everything from here, from my own experience. Brighter Minds also we are doing for many years now. And over the period of time, what I learned through training these children online and also in person, what I learned is very, very important. It's very, very important to understand your child first. Sometimes we don't even understand. I'll tell you a few stories in which you will understand how we overlook their sentiments, and we don't try to even think about it. We think that, okay, we are parents, whatever we are telling is true, right? And sometimes we repeat parenting. Why sometimes? All the time we repeat parenting. जो हमने अपने parents से सीखा है, हमारी parenting जैसे हुई है, same parenting we give to our children, isn't it? तो बेसिकली वी रेप्लिकेट, हम रिपीट कर देते हैं उसी पेरेंटिंग को जो हमें मिली है. लेकिन क्या अभी जो बच्चे हैं, आर दे सेम when we were children and now the children of today, are they same? So if you say that they are same, you can write same. If you think that children nowadays are very different, you can write different. Please write it in the chat box, because I want your say in that, because my feel is they are very different. When I was 10 years old and when I see my child who is 10 years old, way different. Consciousness level is very, very high. So Preeti ji is writing very different. Neha ji is also writing very different. That's why I'm bringing this point in front of you, that, we should understand our children, and that is how we should work on them. Then only, it would be more harmony, it would be harmonious family, loving family, joyous family. They are advanced version, Raghubhai says. Yes, that's correct. They are way advanced, way ahead of us. Very different. Yes, Charuji, correct. Manashri ji is also writing very different. Harshil ji is writing. So all of us are on the same page, that our children are very, very different. Now, you tell me, when mind is very sharp, when we are very intelligent, and our energies are not channelized, mind is not regulated, will it be good? Or when energies are high and mind is regulated and energies are channelized, then it would be good. What is good for our children? Do we need to channelize their energy? If you feel that, yes, we need to channelize their energy, we need to build that concentration in them, right? Yes. Energy is there, intelligence is there, but we need to, regulate their minds so that we are sure that our children are moving in the right direction, so that we are sure that they will be utilizing their energy in positive direction for the good of themselves and for the good of society, for the good of family. So I think all of you agree with me. So thank you. Thank you for being there on the same page. So why I shared this story of Rahul ji, that what he has written to me. Why I have shared this story? Because I see in Rahul ji, many of us, as parents, many of us are thinking about children, but we don't know whether what children are feeling, how to take out their feelings, how to understand them, and then how to train them accordingly so that our children comprehend things in the same direction with the same perspective. I say something, but my child understands it in the different way. And he thinks all the time, Mama keeps on nagging me, so that will not work, है ना. हम तो उनके अच्छे के लिए बोल रहे हैं, कुछ जो बोल रहे हैं, लेकिन बच्चों को लग रहा है ये हर समय परेशान करती रहती है. सारे समय एक ही बात, प्रैक्टिस कर लो, पढ़ाई कर लो, ये कर लो, वो कर लो, So what will children do? They stop listening to us. Do you agree with me? एक ज्यादा nagging करने से what happens? Children stop listening to parents. Does it happen? Have you ever experienced it? We need, as parents, we need tools, techniques, and methods to work with children. क्या करें कि हमारी बात हम उनको सेम तरीके से समझा पाए? क्या करें that children also understand our emotions in the same way, कि बेटा हमारा intent अच्छा है आपको समझाने का. जब हम आपको बता रहे हैं कि आप ये करिए, तो एक उसके पीछे intent क्या है? All the time we think children should understand, but children's mind is differently wired. I told you in last webinar, no, that children are very differently wired than adults. बच्चों के जो brain की wiring होती है, वो बिल्कुल अलग होती है adults के साथ. Adults में consequential and logical thinking is developed. Cause and effect. ये किया तो ये होगा, ये किया तो इसका result होगा. Accordingly, we can री-इंजीनियर अवर थिंकिंग. लेकिन बच्चों में तो वो नहीं होती, कॉन्सिक्वेंशियल थिंकिंग इतनी नहीं होती. उनके में क्या होता है? सेंस ऑफ वंडर. उनके में क्या होता है? दैट जॉयफुल फीलिंग, है ना. तो बेसिकली बच्चों में क्या होता है? बच्चों में वो पार्ट होता है कि आप उनके जॉय को, उनके सेंस ऑफ वंडर को कैसे यूटिलाइज कर सकते हैं, सो दैट our children understand things in the same way. तो जो बात हमें कहनी है वो तो समझानी है, because as parents we have to train them, we have to guide them, but how? That is where we thought that we should be having this webinar with you, because Brighter Minds program is very different, very joyful program. In Brighter Minds, with lot of joy, with lot of positivity, happiness, love, we work with children so that children thoroughly enjoy the program. So that is the USP, unique selling price of Brighter Minds. So joyful ways. So that works with children. So I'm happy to introduce you to Ira. So this is Ira, for whom our Rahul ji is talking. So you can see Rahul ji was talking about this Ira, and she is showing paper. Why? Because she is always very curious for drawing. So I would share Ira's story today with you. And through this story, let us understand what all is needed for our children and what we can do as parents and what help Brighter Minds, gives to our children. So Ira was 6 years, as you have already seen from Rahul ji's message. Ira was 6 years old when she came to me. And when she came to us, she was very, very sad. And then Rahul ji shared with us that she doesn't smile at all. वो उसको जाके स्कूल में छोड़ा, then she is always scared, जाके कोने में बैठेगी, always sad. जब किसी भी एक्टिविटी में भेजा, पार्क में भी गया तो गई, तो खेलते समय भी she would always look for Rahul ji. She would always look for her mother कि है कि नहीं around, कैसा है, so very sensitive child. जब वो Brighter Minds में भी आई तो first, because she got connected to us as Brighter Minds trainers, Brighter Minds facilitator, she started loving us. लेकिन अब उसमें क्या था, वो हमेशा उसको हम दिखने चाहिए, हमारे साथ रहना चाहिए. So that need for continuous support was there, है ना. हमेशा एक support रहना चाहिए background में, वो था. We kept observing and we tried in different ways to, understand what is happening with her. Why is she like that? We tried to understand through different ways and means, Brighter Minds ways. So one of the ways was we tried with her. We said that, okay, Ira, you tell your story, but not in speaking form, because you are fond of creating something. So you create your pictorial story. You create few pictures through which you can share with us what is Ira feeling, क्या चल रहा है इरा के दिल में, इरा को क्या अच्छा लग रहा है, इरा को क्या घबराहट हो रही है, क्या चीजें परेशान कर रही हैं इरा को. So like that, when we encouraged her to draw, and then one of us sat with her very lovingly and joyfully, we supported her. तो आप देखो इस पेपर में उसने वो दूसरे साइड पे, इसलिए आपको दिख नहीं रहा है. She drew. And when she drew that picture, so she took time. वो पूरा एक सेशन हमको वो समझने में लगा कि अच्छा क्या जा रहा है उसके दिल के अंदर, क्या जा रहा है. So that was actually her story in the background. So that's why my point of telling you this part is, every child has a background story. वो क्या कर रहा है, क्यों कर रहा है, कैसे कर रहा है, everything has a background story. So as parents, if you try to understand that story, समझने की कोशिश करेंगे. ऐसे नहीं कि ये तो बहाने बनाता रहता है, इसका तो काम ही है ये काम नहीं करना, ऐसा नहीं है. चिल्ड्रन आर नॉट बहानेबाज पीपल, राइट. वो भी अच्छे सेंसिटिव होते हैं, इमोशनल होते हैं, पर उनका डिफरेंटली वायर्ड है उनका ब्रेन. अगर आप ये न्यूरोसाइंटिफिकली समझ जाओगे कि चिल्ड्रन आर डिफरेंटली वायर्ड देन एडल्ट्स, तो बच्चों को समझने के लिए हमें बच्चों जैसा करना पड़ेगा. हमें थोड़ा उनके साथ खेलना पड़ेगा, प्लेफुल होना पड़ेगा, थोड़ा उनके साथ इस तरह से टाइम स्पेंड करना पड़ेगा, और उनको उनके तरीके से समझना पड़ेगा. सो वी आस्क्ड हर टू ड्रॉ. तो हमने बैठ के उसके साथ पूरा ड्राइंग बनाया. तो वो ड्राइंग में काफी टाइम लिया इरा ने, लेकिन व्हाट इरा ड्रू वाज वेरी शॉकिंग. यू नो व्हाट शी ड्रू? When her father came, I called them and I requested her mother also to come, कि आप भी आ जाओ देखो. तो जो उसने इरा ने ड्रॉ किया था, शी ड्रू कि इरा एक कोने में अलग बैठी हुई है, एंड एवरीवन लेफ्ट इरा. मम्मा कहीं चली गई है बैग लेके, पापा कहीं चले गए हैं, इरा इज ऑल अलोन क्राइंग. और इरा की जो ग्रैंड मदर है वो भी बैग लेके ऊपर जा रही है, वो ऐसे उड़ रही है, यू नो, ग्रैंड मदर इज फ्लाइंग एंड इरा इज ऑल अलोन क्राइंग. वो एक सीन उसने ड्रॉ किया. सेकेंड सीन दैट शी ड्रू वाज कि इरा बहुत हैप्पी है क्योंकि उसके मम्मा ने उसके एक साइड में हाथ पकड़ा है, उसके पापा ने उसके दूसरे साइड में हाथ पकड़ा है, एंड इरा इज डूइंग समथिंग रियली ग्रेट and everyone is happy about it because Ira is like superpower because both of them are with her. So with this story, if you try to understand, so we analyze that story कि Ira के साथ क्या हो रहा है actually. तो if you understand that story, हो क्या रहा था, इरा को टेंशन आ रहा था कि जैसे ही अकेले पड़ जाते हैं तो someone can leave. तो जब उसके पेरेंट्स को बुला करके पूछा कि अभी ये जो पूरी ड्राइंग है, there is a lot behind it, now you share with us कि क्या बात है. Then father shared कि yes, couple of months back उसकी grandmother was not there, वो छोड़ के चली गई. तो जब वो गई तो उसके पहले she just went और फिर ऐसा all of a sudden हो गया. तो इरा now developed that anxiety कि जैसे ही कोई छोड़ के जाता है तो वैसे ही हो सकता है कि वो वापस ना मिले. So that because heart is little, brain is also small, बच्चा है, innocent है, तो ये एंजाइटी एंटर कर सकती है, राइट. तो वो जैसे ही एंजाइटी उसको एंटर की तो एवरी टाइम शी इज एंशियस कि ऐसा ना हो जाए कि समवन हु इज डियर टू मी. देन आई अंडरस्टूड कि व्हेन शी स्टार्टेड लविंग अस इन ब्राइटर माइंड्स, शी ऑलवेज वांटेड टू मेक श्योर कि ये है कहीं पे, दिख रहे हैं, ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं दिख रहे हैं, यू नो. तो ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग से जब हमने समझना शुरू किया, एंड देन वी स्टार्टेड वर्किंग ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलर स्टोरी ऑफ इरा कि अच्छा कैसे उसको दूर करें. एंड देन देयर आर वेरियस टूल्स, कॉग्निटिव टूल्स एंड टेक्निक्स जो हार्टफुलनेस की हैं, वो सारी हमने ब्राइटर माइंड्स के थ्रू यूज की. और उससे जो आप देख सकते हैं कि फिर राहुल जी ने यहाँ पर जैसे लिखा है ना कि फर्स्ट सेशन में कुछ चेंज नहीं था, सेकेंड सेशन में नहीं था, थर्ड सेशन में बिकॉज वी अंडरस्टूड हर स्टोरी कि क्या जा रहा है उसके माइंड में, क्या हो रहा है उसके साथ, देन स्लाइड चेंज एंड देन चेंजेस स्टार्ट कमिंग फ्रॉम फोर्थ सेशन गुड चेंजेस ही रोट, है ना. तो कैसे हुआ ये? बिकॉज वी अंडरस्टूड हर स्टोरी. सो माई पॉइंट ऑफ टेलिंग दिस इज behind every child, behind every youth, behind every adult, there is a story. If we understand that story, that life story, and then work accordingly, see, this mind and brain is very, very different machine. All the time it's working. And brain is hardware, mind is software, and so many things can enter. Someone says something and we can start thinking about it कि हमने तो कभी गलत नहीं किया, लोग ऐसे क्यों सोचते हैं हमारे बारे में, या उसने ऐसे क्यों कह दिया. All the time it keeps coming in our mind, no? So how to help others, and how to get that help for your own self. Heartfulness has techniques through which you can even work on your own self. अगर हमारा भी कुछ ऐसा concern आ रहा है and we are realizing कि देखो हमारे लिए overwhelming हो रहा है, देखो anxious हो रहा है, all the time I am anxious about something. वो बच्चे की भी performance हो सकती है. Many a times I observe कि when exams go on, तो बच्चों से ज्यादा parents anxious हो जाते हैं कि ऐसा नहीं हो जाए कि आती हुई चीजें गलत लिख के आ जाए, ऐसा नहीं हो जाए कि कुछ गड़बड़ कराया आता हुआ मार्क्स कैसे आएंगे. So parents are more anxious. तो वो कैसे उन कंसर्न्स पे काम करना है, इसमें 2 लेवल्स हैं. फर्स्ट लेवल इज अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि क्या हो रहा है एक्चुअली माइंड के साथ, बच्चों के माइंड के साथ, या यूथ के माइंड के साथ, या एडल्ट्स के माइंड के साथ बेसिकली हो क्या रहा है, व्हाट इज द स्टोरी बिहाइंड इट, and then working on it through different methods and techniques of heartfulness and brighter minds. So that is basically I wanted to share with you. आइए समझते हैं कि जब हम लोग स्टोरीज के थ्रू काम करते हैं, सो नाउ वी नीड टू बी ऑब्जर्वेंट कि अच्छा इसमें ये हो सकता है, सो कैन दिस स्टोरी रिजोनेट विद दिस पर्सन. इसमें भी आपको मैं एक एग्जांपल बताती हूँ कि हमने कैसे किया. ये बेसिकली आई एम शेयरिंग दिस साइंस बिहाइंड स्टोरीज कि कैसे हम काम करते हैं, ब्रेन में क्या क्या चेंजेस आते हैं व्हेन वी वर्क थ्रू दीज टेक्निक्स. तो सबसे बड़ा फायदा क्या है कि ये तो एक तो जॉयफुल टेक्निक्स हैं, राइट. तो इसमें बच्चे खुश रहते हुए आपके साथ रिस्पॉन्ड करते हैं. दैट इज ब्राइटर माइंड्स वे. ब्राइटर माइंड्स वे इज चिल्ड्रन शुड बी हैप्पी, लविंग, jumping, and that way you bring changes in them. Forceful change is never possible. Heartfulness and brighter minds is all about 3 things: love, positivity, and joy. If these 3 things are there, then our understanding, then how to work on it. That's why we all are, as parents, we all are their facilitators, we all are their trainers, है ना. But we need to understand what to do, how to do, है ना. तो इसमें देखिए मैं आपको एक एग्जाम्पल और बताती हूँ. एक बच्चा है मेरे पास, that child joins me from US, 5 years का बच्चा है. So one day we were doing that training. Why I'm telling you, you will understand. When we were doing that training, I asked child to do some coloring without seeing. In brighter minds, we can do all that, no? Children can do things without seeing. So I requested child to do coloring without seeing, and he was about to do it. But parents wanted to make sure that he does it well. So his father came and his father said कि बेटा ये ऐसे नहीं, ऐसे करना चाहिए आपको. वो बच्चा सैड हो गया कि अरे मैं तो ऐसे करना चाहता हूँ, पापा ऐसे बोल रहे हैं करने को. तो वो शायद कुछ पापा ने टोन वैसा रखा होगा, बैकग्राउंड में क्या हुआ, दैट स्टोरी आई डोंट नो. लेकिन चाइल्ड बिकेम सैड. वो 5 years का बच्चा है, ऑनलाइन ज्वाइन करता है. तो द चाइल्ड स्टार्टेड क्राइंग. तो पापा से हैंडल नहीं हो रहा था. देन आई सेड ओके यू कम विद मी, लेट अस टॉक. तो अभी वो बच्चा तो उस समय बात करने की हालत में नहीं था बिकॉज ही वाज क्राइंग. So I started telling him my story. That was virtual imaginary story. See, I told him, see, when I was your age now, 5 years old, then sometimes I would like to color my apple as blue. Why can't apple be blue? And this child started laughing. I didn't know how it clicked. And then he said, yes, that is the reason of fight between me and my father, because I want that apple to be green. And my father says, no, apple has to be red. So I said, why not? Apple can be blue. Why not? When you grow up, you can bring some breed of apple, which is blue. Why not? You can, what you decide, whenever you decide that your apple would be blue, then what you can do, you can actually find the color without seeing and then color it blue. Tell your daddy that my apple today would be blue and I am coloring it in blue color. What is wrong with it, right? And the child started laughing immediately, because the moment I said when I was child at your age, then I would like to, color my apple in blue color. He started laughing. He said, yeah, I want. Then he said, Then I said, okay, if you don't want to do it today, maybe we can do it some other day. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. किसी और दिन कर लेंगे हम लोग. He said, no, I want to do it now, but I will do it green. My apple would be green. I said, okay, let's draw it green करते हैं चलो. तो but you just close your eyes. उसके पहले उसने resist कर दिया था कि मैं अपनी आंखें बंद नहीं करूंगा, blindfold नहीं लगाऊंगा. He announced all that to daddy. But when I said, ठीक है, चलो बाद में कर लेंगे हम लोग. She said, no, if you agree that my apple would be green, even I will put blindfold, I will close my eyes and I will color green. And he did it perfectly right. I mean, it was amazing day for me and also for him, amazing learning for me. कि कभी कभी हम ऐसे virtual stories भी बना के बच्चों के साथ resonate कर सकते हैं, you know, because the point is कि अगर वो sadness में करेगा तो वो अच्छा नहीं कर पाएगा. But you have to bring that joy inside. वो divert करने से, divert their mind. Don't doesn't work with children. ये मत करो तो वो जरूर करने की कोशिश करेंगे, है ना. ये नहीं करना है तो वो उनको लगेगा नहीं ये तो करना ही है, ये क्यों नहीं करना है, ये तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है करना. So divert their minds, divert their energies. So let us understand what happens. So basically अगर आप ब्रेन के पर्सपेक्टिव से समझना चाहेंगे, so from brain's perspective, from neuroscientific perspective, our instinct of survival is stories, through stories. हम human evolution कैसे हुआ ब्रेन का? Through stories, you know. We actually were in the group, है ना. हम ह्यूमंस कैसे रहते थे पहले जब हमारा ब्रेन इवॉल्व हो रहा था, अभी बहुत पहले, जब सालों पहले, दशकों पहले, तो कैसे होता था? हमने डिफरेंट अलग अलग एक दूसरे के साथ कनेक्शन किया थ्रू स्टोरीज ऑफ ईच अदर, थ्रू स्टोरीज ऑफ ग्रुप वी लर्न, राइट. सो बेसिकली देयर इज अ न्यूरोसाइंटिस्ट whose name is Dr. Paul Zak. He discovered that stories trigger that release of oxytocin, that bonding chemical. And as human beings, we are programmed for stories. The moment we understand that, okay, some story is coming, my mind or your mind or anyone's mind would like to learn, you know, what is behind it. Kaise is story ke through I can learn something so that I can survive in a better way. So that is how humans are programmed for stories, you know. Sometimes we think that, okay, stories are some wishy-washy, ephemeral thing, and wo sirf pariyon wali stories. No, not at all. Stories can be, that is why we are doing functional storytelling. Functional storytelling means understanding the need of child through stories, work with children through stories, create their own stories, and then, you know, bring that excellence in them so that they can create their different stories in this world. So that is, you know, Brighter Minds way. So according to a study by Greg Z. Stephens, Lauren J. Silbert, and Yuri Hassan, all these processes, many processes occur across many different areas of the brain, and they can induce a shared contextual model. Shared contextual model means, I'll make you understand this part. There is a concept called as neurocoupling in brain. न्यूरल कपलिंग क्या होती है कि जो लिसनर का ब्रेन है और जो टेलर का ब्रेन है, these two people who are talking with each other, are they coupled, are they synchronized, are they on the same page? That's why I ask you कि are you on same page with me? तो क्या होता है? That is called neural coupling. ये कैसे होता है? हमारे ब्रेन में there are mirror neurons. Mirror neurons क्या करते हैं कि सेम चीज को एक्सपीरियंस करते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ आई एम विद माई पीपल, माई फैमिली, एंड दे आर वेरी हैप्पी, आई ऑटोमेटिकली बिकम वेरी हैप्पी. If I enter my you know, family and where everyone is very sad, automatically you will experience that sadness. How? Through mirror neurons. तो mirror neurons क्या करते हैं? जो लिसनर है, जो पर्सन रिसीविंग एंड पे है, उसको सेम एक्सपीरियंस फील करने के लिए इनेबल करते हैं दोस मिरर न्यूरॉन्स. सो स्टोरीज ट्रिगर दैट थिंग. इसीलिए आप स्टोरीज से बच्चों का ज्यादा अटेंशन ले सकते हैं, इवन एडल्ट्स का, ताकि आप जो बताना चाहते हैं, उनमें जो वैल्यूज इनकलकेट करना चाहते हैं, उनको जो सिखाना चाहते हैं, उनको जो बताना चाहते हैं, दैट बिकम्स बेटर विद स्टोरीज. दूसरा एक एस्पेक्ट है जो अपने न्यूरोसाइंटिफिक स्टडीज में आया है कि जब हम कोई डेटा देते हैं, सपोज वी आर टेलिंग कॉन्सिक्वेंस कि अगर तुमने ये किया तो ऐसे हो जाएगा, इन दैट केस ओनली 2 areas ऑफ द ब्रेन आर लाइटन अप, वो ब्रोकाज एरिया एंड वर्निकल्स. सो ये दो खाली लाइट अप होते हैं। लेकिन जब हम स्टोरीज के थ्रू उनको समझाते हैं, कुछ फन फिल्ड तरीकों से समझाते हैं, दैट इज ब्राइटर माइंड्स वे, बहुत अच्छे तरीके से, मजेदार तरीके से उनको समझाते हैं, उनके पेज पे आके उनको समझाते हैं, बच्चे बन के उनको समझाते हैं, तो क्या होता है, आप देखो मेनी अदर एरियाज ऑफ द ब्रेन आर एक्टिवेटेड। जैसे मोटर कॉर्टेक्स है, सेंसरी कॉर्टेक्स है, फ्रंटल कॉर्टेक्स, मैंने आपको पिछले वेबिनार में भी बात किया था, फ्रंटल कॉर्टेक्स इज हियर। Frontal cortex is something which makes humans unique, have humans different than all other species. Animals और humans में क्या difference है? ये फ्रंटल कॉर्टेक्स का, हमारा जो प्री फ्रंटल कॉर्टेक्स है, फ्रंटल लोब ऑफ द ब्रेन इज वेरी एडवांस्ड। तो जब स्टोरीज के थ्रू हम करते हैं, या हम उनकी स्टोरीज को समझ के उनको हम कुछ इस तरीके से समझाने की कोशिश करते हैं थ्रू प्रॉपर कॉम्प्रिहेंशन, तो क्या होता है, वो फ्रंटल लोब में भी एक्टिविटी होती है और ये डिफरेंट एरियाज लाइटन अप होते हैं। तो इससे क्या होता है, अंडरस्टैंडिंग बेटर होती है, अटेंशन स्पैन बेटर होता है, बेटर मेमोरी आती है बच्चों की। तो आप ये तरीके अपना सकते हैं, एंड जस्ट सी फॉर 15 days यू कैन ट्राई एंड सी व्हाट हैपेंस। वन मोर साइंटिफिक स्टडी टेल्स अस कि कैसे डिफरेंट डिफरेंट न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर्स जो हैप्पी केमिकल्स हैं ब्रेन के, वो रिलीज होते हैं। या ये जैसे कार्टिसोल हैप्पी केमिकल नहीं है, लेकिन ये क्या करता है, थोड़ा सा कार्टिसोल, अ लिटिल लेवल ऑफ स्ट्रेस इज ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट। बिल्कुल ही चिल आउट होंगे तो नहीं काम चलेगा, थोड़ा सा चैलेंज फॉर द ब्रेन इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। तो कुछ स्टोरीज में ट्विस्ट आप ऐसे कर सकते हैं जिससे थोड़ा सा कंफ्लिक्ट हो एक्सपीरियंस, सो दैट अटेंशन एंड मेमोरी कैन बी वर्कड ऑन, यू नो। उसके अलावा जब हम इमोशनली चार्ज्ड इवेंट्स पे बात करते हैं, या रिजोल्यूशन, किसी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट को हमने शेयर किया और फिर वो कैसे सॉल्व हुआ वो शेयर किया, या कुछ पैटर्न, जैसे मैंने अभी आपको एक बच्चे का बताया कि जैसे माइंड ने पैटर्न रिकॉग्नाइज किया, उसके माइंड ने क्या पैटर्न रिकॉग्नाइज किया, अरे वाह, Surabhi was also willing to color blue when she was small. Immediately that recognition of pattern resonance हुआ, खुश हो गया, वो हंसना शुरू किया बच्चा immediately, है ना। It didn't take much time, but he resonated, right? So वो समझना कि किस उससे उसको resonate कराएं, उसका attention divert कराएं और उसको उस learning path पे ले आएं जो हम कहना चाहते हैं। Direct advice doesn't work with children. You can note it in golden words. डायरेक्ट एडवाइस nowadays doesn't work with children. आप 3 बार 4 बार बोलोगे, बच्चों में उसके बाद रेजिस्टेंस आ जाता है, they don't want to do anything then, right? ऑक्सीटोसिन भी रिलीज होता है, विच आई शेयर्ड इन द बिगनिंग, कि जब हम स्टोरीज के थ्रू जाते हैं तो क्योंकि वो बॉन्डिंग, वो जैसे उसने तुरंत बॉन्ड कर लिया ना, कह रहे सुरभि वाज आल्सो विलिंग टू कलर ब्लू, नहीं कर पा रही थी, आई एम आल्सो विलिंग टू कलर ग्रीन, नहीं हो रहा है मेरा एप्पल ग्रीन, तो वो ऑक्सीटोसिन रिलीज करता है। तो उससे क्या होता है, बेटर कंपैशन, ट्रस्ट, एम्पैथी, एंड देन यू कैन मेक चिल्ड्रन अंडरस्टैंड, बिकॉज आई शेयर्ड विद यू इन लास्ट टू लास्ट वेबिनार्स ना, कि जैसे ही वो एमिगडाला रिजोनेट हो जाता है, हमारा ये पार्ट सर्वाइवल हो गया कंप्लीट, कि हाँ आई एम सेफ, आई एम बीइंग लव्ड, then child will come automatically to that response mode. So this way you can try these things. Now let us come to action points, but before we go to action points, as parents I would be happy to introduce you to Chandrika Varu. Chandrika Varu has joined with us here. I'll stop my screen for a few seconds so that we can see what Chandrika Varu wants to share with us. Hello, Chandrika. Chandrika has joined with her mother.
Hello.
Hi, Chandrika. Hello, ma'am.
Namaste.
Namaste, ji. So Chandrika is here with us and she would be showing few things. So what I want to show you here, when we train our children properly, when we train their minds properly, when we work on their cognitive abilities, what is the potential of mind? So this particular activity in Brighter Minds is known as sensory substitution and augmentation. There is a whole lot of science behind it. उसके बारे में बाद में बात करेंगे, but let us first see what Chandrika wants to show us. Over to you, Chandrika. What do you want to share with us?
So I am going to demonstrate some activities. So I have this blindfold. I will apply it on my eyes and I will try to identify the colors of these.
Sure,
I'll blindfold myself.
sure.
It
Chandrika will not be seeing any color. Yeah, this is thick from the down so that she cannot see anything. And her mother is also sitting with her to make sure that she is not able to see anything. And Chandrika's father is educationist. He trains children for physics. Am I correct, ma'am? Physics is his subject. He's a professor of physics. ठीक है बेटा. So Chandrika is shuffling all the balls and she will pick any random ball.
So I have picked this ball
ठीक है.
and now I will try to identify its color.
And one point that I want to share with you, what Chandrika is showing is possible for all children. Each and every child can do it. And the way I shared with you, the purpose of these activities is to enhance their concentration, observation, emotionally strong child. Yes, beta.
Yellow.
Is it yellow? Very good. Yeah, it's yellow.
So I'll pick up one more ball.
One more ball, okay. So if you like the activity, you can write in the chat box. Yes, beta, okay. So she is again taking any random ball. So Subodhji is writing that I can't. I know these activities are little difficult to believe, but believe me, each and every child can do it. We have trained more than 30,000 children up to now. Yes, Chandrika.
Green.
What do you feel, beta?
Green.
Yeah, it is green. Correct.
Green.
Yeah, correct. It's green. Yeah.
When I was feeling it, I could imagine that I am on a grassland. So with help of that, I can identify its color.
Okay, very good. Very nice.
I have some books with me. Now my mother will just close her eyes and pick up any one book. So I'll read that.
Okay, so maybe I can ask our audience, ma'am, which book is to be chosen. Can you show all the books so that our audience can choose it? I'll request them to write in the chat. No, just move it here so that they can see all the names. So if you want ma'am to choose any particular book, you can write in the chat box. Which book do you want her to choose? So Chandrika would like to read something without seeing. These activities are so amazing that it's difficult to believe. But here we have many children who can do it, who are being trained in Brighter Minds, whose parents have joined. If you want her to choose any particular book, hello, Shubdeep ji. So Charuji is saying yes. So you can choose any book. Shubdeep ji, can you write any book in the chat box? Or anyone, please write which book she should choose. She and her mother they are showing many books to you. Your PM is dead. Okay, so this book, Your Prime Minister is Dead, says Preeti Dakiteji. Okay. You can, you can open any random page. So you just flip the page. I'll say stop, Chandrika. Huh? Yeah. Stop. Stop. Yeah. So this is basically whole brain training program, cognitive training program. As I shared with you, there are 3 parts in the brain: hindbrain, midbrain, and forebrain. I know it's difficult to believe, but when your own child does it, then you can believe it. You can get few children trained on whom you can trust.
Number 126.
We are not able to see actually, it's hazy.
Can
you see? So anyone from audience, can you see what is written?
You're able to see, ma'am?
No, it's not. No, it's not visible. Can you choose some bigger font so that it is visible?
Another book.
Yeah.
Can you
and-
try other book?
Yes, you can try other book. So that we can see what she is reading. Maybe I can remove my spotlight so that you are in bigger spotlight now. Neha ji is asking, can adults do it? Yes, adults, we have programs for adults. And yeah, purpose of this training is very different. Yes.
And now you're able to see, ma'am?
Yeah, this one we are able to see. Correct.
Okay. I will give her.
Yeah.
So should I read this?
No, so can you open any page inside this book? And let's see and show us so that we can check whether we are able to see or not.
I'll open anything.
Stop. Yeah, stop.
So can you see? Can you see, ma'am? Page number?
No, it's very small and hazy. So can you bring any book from inside, ma'am, that she doesn't know?
Okay. Okay.
Or we can do one more way. Someone can just write something on paper and then show it on the screen. Chandrika, is that okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll try.
Your mom has gone to bring some book which you don't know. Subodh Panwar ji is here. This is a small child. Do you want to write something in big font? You can raise your hand if you want to show something. Sahana Paliwal is here. Sahana Paliwal, do you want to show something to Chandrika? Ritvik Singh ji is showing something.
I'll just.
I think Chandrika's mom has brought one book. Okay, let us try this. Okay, can you show it, ma'am? Can you show it to us?
Yes, ma'am. I have the book with me.
So this is something new that she has brought. Okay. Can you open any page?
Okay.
Okay.
Is it visible?
Yeah, now it is visible. Correct. Now we can see. Now you can read and show us, Chandrika. So this cognitive training works on all three parts of the brain: hindbrain, midbrain, and forebrain. Okay, Chandrika, go ahead.
In ancient times, groups of people who lived together chose a king. The four-legged animals too chose a king. The fish in the sea chose a ruler, and so the birds too decided to choose a king, saying, "Men, animals, and fish have kings, but we birds have no king."
So we forgot what you said. Can you write it? What you are saying, can you write it so that we can check? I don't think anyone remembers what you said.
Or I can read a sentence.
You read a sentence and then show us so that we understand what you are reading.
In ancient times, groups of people who lived together.
Show us this. Yeah. So we can't see. Can you keep it little far? Little far.
Oh,
Yeah. And little this side. Yeah, so here you can see, guys, in ancient times, groups of people who lived together chose a king. That she read. Correct. Very right. Now read next 3-4 words and show us again.
The four-legged animal.
The four. Yeah, the four, you can see it is written here, the four-legged animals that she wrote. I mean, that she read. Okay, now read next 4 words, Chandrika.
Yes.
And I assure you, each and every child can do it, huh? Yeah, Chandrika.
Two chose a king. After animals, two chose a king.
So after animal, bring it little closer. Yeah, so she read this line. No, bring it left. Left or right? My side. No, other side, Chandrika. Other side. Yeah, now you can see here. Two chose a king, she read, and which was right. Yeah, you can see what she has read is correct. Absolutely correct. Very good, Chandrika. Thank you, beta. Please open your eyes. I'll show my people something else also. Thank you, Chandrika. We'll come back to you. First, we will show Vanshi Chauhan. So this program from Brighter Minds, this came on KBC also. कौन बनेगा करोड़पति?
सूंघ करके आप किताब पढ़ेंगी?
हाँ.
तो देवी संजू, आप देख रहे हैं कि वंशी ने पट्टी बांध ली आंखों पर और कह रहे हैं कि मैं सूंघ करके वो किताब पढ़ सकती हैं.
सर आप चेक कर सकते हैं.
मैं तो नहीं देख सकता. ठहर जाओ, मैं आ रहा हूँ पीछे. चेक करूंगा कि आप नीचे से देख तो नहीं रही.
Let's read on. Long ago, there lived a merchant. He used to deal in salt. So the merchant was sure that the
अच्छा,
donkey.
सुनिए.
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, एक ये तो हमने सुन लिया है.
हाँ.
ये भी तो हो सकता है कि आप इसको रट के आए हो.
नहीं सर, ये बुक आपकी टीम ने मुझे दी थी.
हाँ.
तो ये मैंने देखी भी नहीं है कभी पहले.
अच्छा, ये एक नया चैप्टर खोला है मैंने.
ठीक है.
ये पढ़िए.
Once a grasshopper was sitting outside in the sun during winter. He was very hungry. He had not eaten anything since last night. So he looked around to find something to eat. Suddenly he saw few ants carrying grains into their hole.
रुको. ये भी रट के आई होगी तुम पहले से. पन्ना पलट रहे हैं. ये पढ़ो.
Once upon a time, there was an explorer named John D'Souza. One day, he and his friends decided to explore a desert named Death Valley. It was called so because nobody returned
Oh,
alive.
she's doing it. My goodness. Okay. पट्टी खोल दूँ तुम्हारी. लेकिन संजू, मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ कि ये किताब जो थी, ये हमारी टीम ने दी थी वंशी को. ये इसकी किताब नहीं है, लेकिन मैं आपको बता दूं कि एक भी जगह पर इन्होंने गलती नहीं की. जितने भी लाइंस थी बिल्कुल वैसे इसमें पढ़ के बताया. वंशी, हमें बताइए कि ये ज्ञान आपको कैसे मिला?
सर मैंने एक ब्राइटर माइंड्स का कोर्स किया था. उसमें ब्रेन एक्सरसाइजेस, ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइजेस और एक स्पेशल मेडिटेशन म्यूजिक उन्होंने बनाया है. तो वो एक्सरसाइजेस करके और वो म्यूजिक सुन के मैंने ये सब सीखा है.
वाह.
सर मैं बिना देखे एक कलर भी बता सकती हूँ किसी चीज का, बस पकड़ के.
अभी फिर बांधना पड़ेगा आपकी आंख को.
तो थोड़ा
जो रेड
चलते
कलर में
क्योंकि
है.
हम लेट हो गए.
माय गुडनेस. कहीं भी जा करके आप कोई भी रंग जो है वह पहचान सकते हैं.
यस सर.
अगर आपकी आंखें बंद हो.
यस सर.
ये तो अद्भुत कला हो गई है कि नहीं? अनबिलीवेबल वंशी, बहुत बहुत बधाई आपको।
Thank you, sir.
मैं पिताश्री से पूछना चाहूंगा, सर हम ये जानना चाहेंगे कि ये जो कोर्स होता है जिसमें वंशी ने ये सब सीखा है, इसके बारे में हमें कुछ बताइए, कहाँ होता है ये कोर्स?
सर ये एक 6 से 8 वीक का एक ब्राइटर माइंड का कोर्स है, अल्फा करके कोर्स है, जो हार्टफुलनेस एक संस्था है, उन्होंने और उनके जो ग्लोबल मेंटर हैं दाजी, उनके निर्देशन पे डिजाइन किया गया है। तो इसमें वो लोग कुछ टूल्स, टेक्निक्स, ब्रेन एक्सरसाइजेस, मेडिटेशन, उन सबको कंबाइन करके एक कोर्स तैयार होता है जिससे बच्चे की इंट्यूशन स्किल्स, कंसंट्रेशन, फोकस वो सब बढ़ता है। उसमें जैसे मेंटर और मेंटी इतना ज्यादा एसोसिएट हो जाते हैं एक दूसरे से कि दे जस्ट 3-4 आवर्स दे जस्ट फॉरगेट एवरीथिंग। ये जो अभी इसने करके दिखाया है वैसा तो जादू लगता है, बट वो सेंसरी सब्स्टिट्यूशन है। जैसे जो हम आंख से देख पाते हैं तो उसको दूसरे सेंस जनरली जो हम यूज नहीं करते, स्मेल सेंस या टच सेंस, वो हम यूज नहीं करते, तो वो विजन सेंस को रिप्लेस कर सकते हैं स्मेल सेंस से और टच सेंस से।
कहाँ पर है ये संस्था?
सर ये हार्टफुलनेस ग्लोबली फैली हुई संस्था है, तो ब्राइटर माइंड भी ऑलमोस्ट ग्लोबली ही है। एक्चुअली मेरा एक मित्र हार्टफुलनेस से जुड़ा हुआ था काफी टाइम से, तो वो काफी टाइम से कह रहा था कि ये एक कोर्स है, बच्चे को आप ट्राई कर सकते हो। तो मैं तो नथिंग टू लूज वो सोच के ज्वाइन किया था, बट इट्स ह्यूज गेन।
जी जी, तो ये केवल बच्चों के लिए?
तो ये मैं आपको अपनी टीम से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि आपको भेज भी देंगे, तो हम अपने इस पे वापस आ जाते हैं। Chandrika, are you there? Do you want to share something quickly in 1 minute? या आपकी मम्मा कुछ कहना चाहें? आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे मैम?
चंद्रिका का ब्राइटर माइंड, जैसे ये पेरेंट्स ने अभी बोला, वैसे ही ब्राइटर माइंड कोर्स के बाद उसका कंसंट्रेशन बहुत बढ़ गया है और शी कैन डू मल्टीटास्किंग मैम। जो भी नया अभी कुछ सीखना है तो शी इज एबल टू डू इट, लर्न क्विकली द थिंग्स एंड शी कैन परफॉर्म वेरी वेल। Even it helps a lot in her studies also, and many more. There are many things to tell, but
Less time.
overall it's very positive. Yeah, and she's quite. She can make her own decisions even very quite efficiently. And she takes a pause before taking any decisions even, and then she can quite properly perform many things very nicely. यानी बहुत सारा है।
हाँ, लेकिन हमारे पास टाइम कम है, लेकिन हम आपके साथ फिर कनेक्ट होंगे मैम। थैंक यू फॉर कनेक्टिंग। थैंक यू चंद्रिका, बेस्ट विशेस बेटा। तो we are coming up with this story workshop as well. इस story workshop का हमारा basic objective है to share few techniques with children for focus, you know, how to improve their focus. तो वो आप note कर सकते हैं, आप इसमें register कर सकते हैं। ये 8th मई से 12th मई तक होगा। इसका टाइम होगा 3:30 PM to 4:30 PM। 5 days की वर्कशॉप है। वर्कशॉप विल बी हाउ टू इम्प्रूव फोकस इन चिल्ड्रन। तो इसमें बच्चों की स्टोरीज के थ्रू बच्चों के ऊपर काम करेंगे, उनको कुछ मेथड सिखाएंगे कैसे अपने कंसंट्रेशन को बेटर करें। जो डिजिटल दुनिया में हम घुस रहे हैं और इतने सारे डिस्ट्रैक्शंस हैं, इन सब के बीच में अपने कंसंट्रेशन और फोकस पे कैसे काम करें ताकि हम लोग उसको बेहतर ढंग से, जो भी हम काम कर रहे हैं वो बेहतर ढंग से कर पाए। Yeah, Chandrika, thank you so much for joining.